In a time of uncertainty, when all hope seems lost, there is a voice. J.B. Bremerton. Hardcore truth, no holds barred, gloves up, pull no punches.
I've got a true story to tell you. My mother she's an elementary school teacher, teaches third grade. So the kids in her class are about, 8 years old, 9 years old, something like that. And of course, goes kindergarten to fifth grade. These are little kids there. Now this morning, she was feeling bad. She called me and asked me to bring her to her school some Robitussin, or she's having some chest congestion, so she needed some medicine. So I went to Kroger and bought some, and I drove it over to her. Well, I get there, I give it to her, and also got her some breakfast, and took that to her as well. But there's nothing really significant about that. But of course, this was in the morning when all the parents are dropping off their kids and taking their time about getting out of the parking lot. Well, so I was stuck there in the parking lot after I dropped this off to her because I can't really get out anywhere. I'm parked, actually, and I'm kind of blocked in a little bit, and I have to wait for one of the parents to move his car after dropping off his daughter. And so I'm just sitting there in the car. Don't have the radio on or anything, so it's just the little rumble of the engine. But I hear some music outside the car, so I roll down the window, and over the loudspeaker, it's the same loudspeaker they would use outside of the school to, I guess ring the bell, but it's more like a tone. And they ring it for the 8 o'clock bell, or 7:30, whatever it was. And after that, the next thing they play is the Star-Spangled Banner, the United States National Anthem. That made me feel good. I had to stop thinking. I had to take a moment and just soak it in, because just the whole concept of that song is so beautiful to me. Of course, Francis Scott Key wrote that while seeing a battle raging in the War of 1812. And they're playing that at an elementary school in the morning. And I just had to sit there and listen. I can't tell you how just amazingly beautiful that was to hear that. But as I'm sitting there in the car, just, listening to it, I open my eyes, because I closed them just to soak it in. I open my eyes and look out the rearview mirror, and there's a parent standing bent over on the passenger side door, speaking to another person in the car through the window, and some other parents, walking around and different things like that. I guess a teacher was walking to the door. She was a little late or something, maybe. But they walked around and went about their business like there wasn't anything important to that song. That hurt me. People need to show a little respect. This is America, for Pete's sake. People died for the freedoms we have, and all I had to do, to appreciate that. I mean, it's very little I can do in the situation I was, and the things I'm involved in now, but what I could do in that moment was just stop and listen, and I appreciated it. It's quite amazing to hear that played for these young children, and this school pushes a lot of patriotism, and that I find very admirable. This school, their mascot is the Patriot. Call them the Patent Patriots or something like that. And their curriculum is based on something of. This is a public school, by the way. It's based on a very successful model of like teamwork and respect for individuals. And of course, there's plenty of problems in public schools. But I think at least this school system is trying to get it right. But these people probably go there every day and may have heard this before, but that doesn't make it any less relevant to them. It's like they didn't care. That teacher was hurried to get to her class, and those parents are just talking like, well, for lack of a better comparison, I would say a couple of high schoolers that don't care. Grown adults acting this way. We need a sense of nationalism and patriotism in our country. And people could say it was nationalism that caused Hitler to get to power, caused the Holocaust. It was also nationalism that took him out of power. Nationalism of ourselves and the United Kingdom, and to a lesser extent Russia, who, of course, turned their back on that. And that's a different video for a different day. But yeah, that really made me think. When did we stop respecting that? Is it Bush's fault? No. He always respected our country. Or whether you want to believe that or not, or whether you agree with it or not, he always, he's always at least felt this country's a great place. But this isn't about him. Was it Clinton's fault? No, even he would salute the flag. Obama didn't salute the flag, if you remember that story from several months ago when they were going through the primaries, I guess it was. And now he starts wearing the flag pin. Go figure. Typical politician. I don't know. But this is really about us, American citizens. I mean, when did we stop caring? I never did. I mean, in my younger years, I really thought, America's a horrible place. How could you, go fight for a country? I mean, isn't it pointless? Well, yeah, if that country is a murdering country, but no, we've never done that. And we did away with things that were close to that. Slavery, civil rights, that sort of thing. And we're all the better for it. Man, we take a lot of criticism for trying to improve ourselves and wanting to take democracy to other parts of the world. And if we don't do anything, we get criticized the same. Seems like when you want to do the right thing, people never believe you are doing it. Actually, that reminds me of a quote. It's from the TV show Futurama. Now, of course, that's a comedy show from the same guy that does The Simpsons. But there was one episode that really made me think, and it made a lot of sense. And it, of course, is a fictional show, but this one episode, a robot character gets lost in the middle of space. He's just floating there, and he comes in contact with this thing that looks like the Milky Way galaxy, and it flashes when it talks, and it claims to be God or something of that nature. And he tells the robot, when you've done everything right, people aren't sure you've done anything at all. Yeah, think about that. From a standpoint of God, people wonder where he is when bad things happen. Where'd we put God when bad things happen? People wonder why September 11th happened, why all these terrorist attacks happened in one day on American soil, no less. Where was God? We put him in the back seat. We kicked him out of schools. We kicked him off of public property. And look what happened. And look what's happening to America when we kick out patriotism. When we kick out that pride of where our land is. And somehow it's wrong for Americans to feel that way. And every other country feels that way about their own country. You go to some other country and bash them, you won't be there very long, or anything like that. But if you love America, you won't be there long either. It's real sad. Well, that's just a thought for today. We need more patriotism in our country. If you hear the national anthem, just pause, listen. If you really can't, there's no one's gonna shoot you. Obviously, no one shot these people, and they could have. But that hurt me. I'll see you next time.